It says we're live. It asked me twice if I was sure I wanted to go live. Or once I went live, and then it said, "Are you sure you want to go live?" So that's new to me. But hey, everybody, welcome in. Hey, Lori. Let's see. Joel came in, and Shady Grady. Since I said hi to the initial people, um, Skipper just got back to port from their cruise they were on, and is actually waiting to board the plane, or is on the plane back to his home state. So he probably will not. He won't be home till like 8:45, I think you said. And Susie Q hasn't made it home, but she said she would be tuning in. So for now, it's just me, unfortunately. Um, hey, Craig. Um, for those with a sharp eye, this is a new little dog, actually new since 2 o'clock this afternoon, and she's 6 pounds. She's 5 years old, and her name is Lemon, so I'm calling her Lemon Drop. Lemon, Lemon, and she's pretty much shell shocked, bless her heart. Um, her mom had her and a larger dog. It's my glucose monitor alarm, I'm sorry. Anyway, her mom had some illness and had to go inpatient, and so her grandmother, I guess your grandmother and aunt, decided that you guys didn't need to go back to your mom. And I'm kind of sitting on the fence, so I'm gonna hold on to her for a while just to make sure that is the best thing for these dogs. It sounded like it was. When the mom got her, she had really, really, really long nails and was super, super skinny. You're a smart girl. You see yourself in the screen. She's so tired. Yeah. So anyway, the girl's mother met me at the vet at 2. We updated her vaccination. She is already spaded. And Dr. Casey tried to trim her nails, and she went hysterical like 10 sumo wrestlers. So she abandoned that. And Dr. Casey does the most thorough exam you'll ever want to see, and it doesn't take long. She had just had an exam about 6 weeks ago to participate in a Chihuahua run in as bad a shape as she was in. They have one here. I think it's inside, but it's during the winter, and she placed second. She hadn't got used to Floyd, obviously. Poor baby. Floyd scares you to death now. He won't bother you. But anyway, on the exam, they didn't find anything wrong with her except she was underweight. Um, and even more severely 6 months later today. But when Dr. Casey started examining her, she noticed right away one of her teeth was loose up here. And she thought she might even be able to wiggle it out, but she couldn't. And then 3 loose on the other side and 1 abscess. But that didn't happen in 6 weeks. So when they were trying to give her one of her oral vaccines, she bit so hard the little syringe, or braced so hard, that the one came out. So she goes Monday morning and gets the other 3 taken out. And she's on some pain medicines, so she's a little sleepy. She had a big antibiotic shot. So that's my little patient. Floyd, if you touch her, I'll knock you out. I'm watching you. Floyd's been doing crazy paradise at her. Floyd, why do you have to scare her? No, if you touch her, I'm going to knock you out. Now leave her alone. Floyd likes to torment the new little dogs and cats. Let's see what's going on. I want to see you dance to TikTok. Stayed. Oh, I could have cared less really either way. The only ones I watch on there routinely are the family that I follow that have the grandmother that has Alzheimer's, and they do a lot of crafts and stuff, and then you can buy a slot on their board to win some of those crafts, and I've won several things. I've got 6 places right now on the board. I hope they're going to draw from tonight. But I just enjoy them. It's a mother and her son, and the mother's a retired disabled nurse, so no. Floyd, don't touch her. And while the dogs were all gathering around this, I'll go back to that in a minute. He was in there urging them on, like, fight, 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 fight. He was screaming as loud as he could, so she's finally got the dogs to leave her alone with me sitting down there with her. Anyway, hey Skipper, there he is, sitting in Orlando waiting for the phone. You finally got some Wi-Fi? Waiting for the plane, the phone. Hey Davo. But anyway, this is a mother and son. He's probably in his late 20s. And then the grandmother already made an account on Red Note. I don't know what that is, but there was some Go something or something Go, 4 big initials, and Go was 2 of them. And I kind of liked it, but oh my God, every old woman, and not even the ones that were, you know, like you get both boys and girls that do that, like send you nude pictures and have racy picture, profile picture. These were old women. I'm like, what the hell? Not even anybody trying to get my money that's under 100. Jesus. So I deleted that one. I was on there that one night, but it was a whole lot like TikTok. But I am being kind of careful what I say and what I do on TikTok, kind of tone myself down a little. We don't even know who has that TikTok, I don't think. It could be Skipper for all we know. Had some insulin, it just hadn't brought my blood sugar down yet. It's 331 now. And yeah, that's way, way high. LDH Aquatics is Nathan. Skipper, how many chocolate bristle nose you want? Collecting a bunch to take into LFS and want to keep some back for you. That's nice. You better speak up, Skipper. So what else is going on? Can you sex them, Nathan? I got a new snake, despite my objections recently that I really didn't get that many snakes and didn't have that many. I do have some. But I never have cared much for hognose snakes. I just didn't like the way they looked and never even considered them like at an auction and I hadn't ever seen one in person, I don't think. But I was over to Knoxville a couple of days ago and went to J&J Reptiles. And a lot of my snakes came from there, like my big 8-foot carpet python and my smaller carpet. What else? Some of my rat snakes. Lots of things came from there. Anyway, gopher snake. But he had 2 small, I can't say it, Azanthic. I'm looking right at it, AZANTHIC. Hit purple line males. One of them may be 6 or 8 months old, and one a yearling. And I kept admiring how they moved because they were moving like a big snake, like a python or a carpet. And he didn't have what I really went there to look at. I had saved back a little bit, and he had a yellow pine snake last time I was there, but I got the carpet python because I got such a good deal on it and didn't get the yellow rat snake or pine snake. And that was gone, of course, and they really didn't have a lot I was interested in. Nothing really unique, but he had these 2 little hog noses. So I said, well, let me hold that one. Oh my God, as soon as I held it, I knew I was going to get it. They have keeled scales, raised scales like a rattlesnake. Some of the rat snakes have keeled scales. You can take a nap, baby. And so I put it back, and I went around and got some supplies because I like to support our local stores. It might cost a little bit more, but it really doesn't because he gives me a good deal. He gave me a real good deal on the little snake, so I did get it. And it ate last night 2 pinkies, and it's a little male, maybe 14, maybe 15 inches, so it's probably about full grown. The males, it's a western hognose. There are easterns and southerns are kind of rare, but nobody sells those that I'm aware of. So it's a little western, so it's got a cute little nose. Put its picture, I think, on the thumbnail. I'm looking at it. But it ate for me already. And it was, he didn't breed these. He does breed a lot, but one of his customers traded like 4 of them in for some other stuff, or for another snake or some other snakes. And so he had the two left, so I got the larger one. The females get like 30, 36 inches, and they're chunky monkeys, and 2 or 3 times the size of the male. So he'll stay little, not get a whole lot bigger than this, which is awesome. He warned me not to put him in anything too big, because he said he'd stop eating. He was in something actually about, I got him in a 10-gallon. He was in something about half that size. Both of them were, like little display things that they have frogs and different things. We had them in those size things, which was fine. So he's in a 10-gallon, but I've gone back and redoubled my research, and this is just going to be a week, maybe 2 weeks of quarantine, and then I'm going to put him in something that's appropriate for him, and it'll probably be a biotope, but I was kind of waiting for Susie to get here, or somebody like a beautiful puppets. Oh, peppers. Yeah, that's the new little one I just got today in the foster from the art. J&J Reptiles. Thank you, Sam. Sam, catching up. Let me go back and read. Y'all can see where I missed shaving my chin. I know I can tell some males if I can. What are you thinking? I have 2 full-grown males I'd be willing to part with for you. That's very nice, Nathan. LDH. I think that's everybody saying hello there. Only Bob would call that 15-inch male small. He is small. He's tiny. Yeah, this is a new little dog. So I have 4 foster dogs now. I have those 2 Chihuahuas I got 2 weeks ago, and they're waiting to be neutered and have a booster shot on the 10th. And she goes Monday to get some teeth pulled and an abscess drained. She's got a big antibiotic shot she had for that, as well as updating her other vaccines. But I'm going to let her rest for a good week after that dental stuff. Yeah. I don't want to rush her out of here. She's been to her grandma that has 4 dogs, and it was too much for her. So it's a little traumatic for her here, but she was in there by the toilet. Nathan, I have 1 male, but he may be too old. 1 male and females is fine. Hey, Tom from Swampy Acres. How are you doing? Tom, I want to have you on someday on to Tennessee Fish Film. For sure. And actually, the next couple of Sundays are completely open if that's something. I never put my guests on the spot, right? That's something that you'd be interested in doing. I don't think you've ever been a guest. But love to have you guys come on. Loved it. So let me know. There's a fly or a gnat or something in here. It's been in here for 2 or 3 days. I see one in the snake habitat there, but anyway, I was going to talk about the habitat. These guys, the gopher snakes, have that special nose because they burrow, and they're frog experts. I forget that all the time, that they're amphibian experts. They'll eat other things, but frogs is like 90% of their diet, so they burrow down and get frogs. And even the shape of their head and throat is to accommodate the shape of a frog. And they are venomous. They are, and I forgot that when I got him. I knew that, but I forgot it. No big deal. But they're mildly venomous to the frogs. It's a neurotoxin, but it's not any more than a sweat bee or not even a honeybee sting to a person, unless you just happen to be allergic to the venom. But they're not no physical threat to people. And they have to gnaw on it. You have to have your finger in their mouth. They don't just bite you. You have to have your finger inside, and then them kind of gnaw on you with those rear-facing fangs back there in the back. So to burrow down, they kind of are found their habitat is sandy, malmy soil, not necessarily sand, because frogs don't really burrow in that, but like topsoil with a little sand mixed in so that it's not packed hard. And I've watched several videos, 3 exactly today, about mixing that. And one guy was even so specific, I had to give him a standing ovation for how well he showed, because I have the stuff. I have tons of sand that I took out of tanks that I broke down, you see, and got that stuff in buckets in the garage. I do need to rinse it, but that's fine. So I have free sand to use, and I also have lots of just plain topsoil that has the worm husks, or whatever they're called, casings, worm casings, but no chemicals or anything. Bed bound for the next 4 weeks. Well, that's a good time. That's a good time to do it. What's going on, Tom? Skipper, I'll keep a couple males back of different sizes. They're showing. Blah, 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 blah. Somebody used to want the chocolates, and I can't remember who it was. But oh, it was Ed, Chattanooga Ed. And we could never find them. We would look everywhere we would go. That's been 3 or 4 years ago now, I guess. Well, what's going on, Tom? Can you own a cane toad in Tennessee? I don't think you can own a cane toad anywhere. I was watching, I've gotten into the herping videos real big, and I'm looking actually for somebody that does herping locally and will be willing to, of course, I don't expect them to host me free, but like take me on a herping day. There's got to be a service that does that. It has to be something gentle. I can climb hills and stuff as long as I rest, but I am overweight, and I am 69, believe it or not. But yeah, I want to get out there and flip stuff. I'm not so much interested in flipping tin, but more natural kind of stuff. And of course, I'll be getting me some snake boots, that kind of thing. But I want to do some herping this year. I've never done that. Well, since I was a kid, we used to turn shit over all the time and hope there was a snake under it. Lizards, those blue-tailed skinks, all that kind of stuff. So I like the bow on the. Yeah, she came with that. It's a little bit dirty. It's a little bit ragged. I may hand wash it, put it in a little dish detergent, let it soak for a while, and rinse it out. It's got her rabies tag on, and the lady didn't have her paper, so Dr. Casey's so awesome. She took a picture of the. I was looking for a little snap. There it is. She took a picture of the tag to go into the state. It's yours. It's your little Bobo. It was kind of tight on her, even with her being thin. I don't like tags on my dogs. I don't like collars on my dogs, too. And dogs don't like them, I don't think. There's no reason for them. No reason. It's better, isn't it? Herpes strip. Yeah, herpes strip. Me and you have a different idea of fun. When we go herping, looking for herps, like snakes and lizards and stuff like that. Trash cat. Sarah, I work full-time, sleep, sometimes do laundry. My life is so fast-paced. Trash cat, that's what I had to do when I was, started when I was 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. But by the time I was 22, I was able to graduate junior college, nursing school. But I had to walk 10 miles barefoot in the snow 365 days a year, uphill both ways. But I worked full-time at a nursing home at night, and I was thrilled to have that job. Of course, it was some incontinent patients and changing beds and turning patients and elder care, that kind of stuff. But no meals to feed or anything like that, just filling water pitchers early in the morning for them, ice pitchers. But you get to do 2-hour rounds like 4 times a night, but between that, there was always time to study and do homework, so I loved that. Of course, if somebody called, you got up and went, but that's when I did my studying and homework. And then in the morning, I would have breakfast and take care of my pets back then and go to school. Sometimes it was a classroom day, a college day, or a nursing lecture, or sometimes it was nursing lab, which was clinical, going to one of the hospitals. And so I did that. It took me 5 years to get through. And I went in the summers. so couldn't do the full time. But I slept in the evening. That's where I was going with that. Here's the Susie Q. I'm hoping. I know you guys are too. Hey, Susie.
Hello.
I was saying a while ago before I started talking about the new little snake that I was hoping there'd be like a Susie Q here, because I know that you know all about those guys.
I heard you threatening Floyd.
I told him I was going to knock him out. You see, he went on.
I heard that. I was like, I better sign on quick.
He was kept grabbing my cup, my coffee, and I shared a little sip or two with you. And he grabbed my cup and scalded me this morning. It wasn't that hot, but he grabbed it and jerked it. I'm like, no, it's time for let's get a line here again. So
look at this. This is like the worst background ever. It's all mess. Does anybody care? I don't care.
Look at this mess back here, and it's been this way for a year. So who cares? Okay. I don't. Makes me feel better.
Yeah, good.
Oh, Tom asked you if you got his message about the chicken coop.
No.
Tom from Swampy Acres.
On Facebook?
He didn't say.
Messages are so funny because I don't know where they come from.
Kathy. Oh, I didn't see. I haven't been watching chat. I've just been rambling. And then I'm going back and looking at it. Amy is lost without her collar. She panics when she doesn't have it on outside. She panics or you panic. Dan Slee. Hey, Dan. I was thinking about you the other day. And in fact, a couple of weeks ago, somebody said they wish we could have you on. I know that you don't like to go on live streams and do live things. It's not that you don't like it. I just think that you have better things to do. But a couple of times you've given some awesome tours of your shrimp and stuff. So love to have you come on sometime if you'd be up for that. Love to.
I don't see a message.
Huh?
I don't see a message.
What's it on, Tom?
Facebook, Insta, BoobTube.
Tom, did you ever say why you on bed rest the next 4 weeks? It sounds like a back issue. Tom says, Sue used feed bags on the walls of your chicken coop to help keep them warm. Now, there's an idea.
Oh, really?
Like the burlap, or what are they made of?
Wow.
Dance Slee.
Gosh, I think I was just telling my child about Mona. Yeah, baby. Feedback. Okay. I'm really thinking about, I want to build like an enclosed greenhouse, and I want it to be around the pond, and I want it to be around the chicken coop. And then I thought, can you make a greenhouse, just put it around your property, just one big greenhouse and encapsulate my house and everything? Like, how great would that be?
Like a bubble. I would be down for that, you know it?
Yeah.
Definitely. I guess it would be a mess when the geese migrate, but...
It would be a what?
A mess when the geese migrate.
Oh.
My social skills are lacking, Bob. Well, so are Susie's, and there she sits. No one wants to see me on the stream. Hey, why well, you're hearing what I'm sitting here doing, and there's actually 9 people listening to it. So there you go. It just shows that people will watch anything when they're watching. Well, you don't have to be social. We won't ask you anything. You can just show us some shrimp and stuff. But anyway, I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, you do. Come on, bring them up.
Well, I found out that a dear friend back from the old days, like 5 and 4 days ago, back Candy's time and all that, and I won't say who, but recently I found out she's big on TikTok now. And she had kept fish, of course, and still does, but I found out that she's autistic, and she'd shared that publicly, and I thought that's why she would never guess the social aspect of that. She did some awesome live streams weekly, her own, and I was one of her mods, Candy and a couple other people. I mean, but we never knew. But to go on somebody else's, I guess that was not something she was comfortable with. So I felt kind of bad, but she would say, "Well, let's get through Easter," or my. Some of you, when I say this, will know who it was. My spirit animal has graduation from grammar school and stuff like that. So, but I'm still in touch with her. And actually, when she started her big channel up a few months ago, she asked me and Pam and a couple other the oldies to mod for her on there. But I've come off of it now. It was too much. Conservatory.
Oh, that's what you would call it?
Susie, you got to read my comment. It's exciting. Well, where is it?
That's what I'm looking for now.
See, I think mods should be able to highlight things too.
I do too.
She must have said it an hour ago. You might have to retype that, Lori.
Oh, I gotta look. Does she have babies? Does she have Fry? I'm looking. I'm frantically looking, but I don't want to overthink it. But I'm thinking, does she have Fry? Let me see.
Nathan, I'm going to have a couple of times to get used to your new screen name. I know it's been that for a
What
minute.
is it?
LDH something. Aquatics. What else? I don't see it. You may have to retype
I'm
it.
looking.
Oh, we have Trimac eggs.
Yeah! Oh, I almost fell over backwards. That'd have been bad.
She retyped it.
Woohoo!
Congratulations, Lori.
Oh my God.
You know, I almost bought a great big fish because I have these 75 and 55 and 40 breeders, but the local fish store for maybe 6 weeks or 2 months, you know, people trade in big fish.
Yeah.
And he's got this Dovine.
Ooh, that's big. That's bigger than 90 gal. That's big.
Yeah, it's 16 inches. I think you told me it's as big or it's longer than the Pacu, and you know, it looks like a largemouth bass, but it's in by itself and it eats live goldfish, and that was but he's got it for $99, and Eric will usually give me 10 or 15%
Right.
because of the markup. But
wow,
all those empty tanks sitting.
But if you have 75 or 90 gallon like that size, a Trimac would be perfect.
I know. Well, nobody's got a Trimac for me, so if I had one, I'd take it. That's for sure. But I'm thinking, you know, since I'm going down to big tanks, you know, why not use some of them for other than for reptiles? So I'm starting to miss having 100 fish tanks.
I know. I bet you're not. Is that sarcasm?
Yeah, I had
You missed it
84.
for a New York second and then remembered how hard it was.
Yeah, well, it got up to 3 days of 4-hour sessions of doing the python with them.
Yeah.
And running them, and that was salt water too back then, so I had to mix the salt and all that.
I didn't get downstairs in 3 days, so I know this Saturday, tomorrow, it's a day off. Aside from not setting my alarm, after this live stream, I'm going to bed and I'm not setting my alarm. I'll be in the fish room all day.
Oh, Dan says still have a few tanks. Been getting more into my carnivorous plants. Oh, all right. That's awesome too.
Oh, they spawned yesterday morning. I hope they do well. Oh, I hope they do well.
And they're fertile, Lori? I mean, you can tell they are. But yeah, the only big fish I've got now is that one Pacu that's 15 inches. And then I've got the, what is that fish called? I had 2 of them and one jumped out into a drawer and it took a week to find it. But
oh, wow.
I know it jumped in the sock drawer right next to it. And I'm like, where the hell could it have gone? Jaguar. It was my great big female jaguar.
Okay.
All are fertile. Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
that is so exciting. Oh my
Well,
gosh, I'm so excited.
whatever you do, Lori, don't send any fry this way. Whatever you do, don't send any down here.
Oh my gosh, how exciting would that be? Oh my
I
gosh.
know, right? Do you have any video
That
of
would
it,
be
Lori?
worth it for me to tear down my 40-gallon breeder wall. So it's 10 40-gallon breeders. I would tear those down and make room for 2 4 to 5 tanks. I would tear them all down.
You're going to get rid of them?
I would get rid of them to put up a couple of 200-gallon tanks. Yeah.
Well, when you get to that time, let me know, and maybe by then I'll have my travel camper, and
Ooh.
Floyd and I can cruise up that way, and I can bring you something, if not money, something, uh, and we'll swap or sell or something.
Yeah,
Serious, because 40 breeders are great for a lot of snakes.
they are. They're like one of my go-tos. They're one of my
Mhm.
go-tos. I probably have 4 or 5 empty ones that Scotty said he would take, but he wants me to clean them. I'm like, well,
Now,
then it's gonna have to wait.
I sent I
I'm still
sent
cleaning my
somebody,
tanks with fish in them.
I sent somebody that's in our fish fam. Doesn't matter who, but I sent him uh, a bunch of box filters, plastic box filters. You know, that sit in the corners.
Right.
Well, not well, like half a dozen, not a box. But then the box was so big, I'm like, I have so much stuff. So I put heaters and um, pumps. I don't know what all in
Wow.
there.
Yeah,
Pleco caves, all kinds of stuff.
I do too. A lot of extras.
But I got rid of some of that stuff so I'd have a little walk around through my garage.
What is a 45-gallon breeder? I think I have one 45-gallon. I have my brackish, my 2 African mud skippers. I think that's a 45-gallon.
Be safe, Skipper. See you soon.
Be safe. He's coming back home now, right? Getting on the plane?
That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I saw pictures of him and his family having fun. Having fun on a cruise. How great is that? I would love to take my granddaughter on a cruise.
Oh, Susie's first on the list. Well,
You know what? I'm gonna build it and they will come. I'm gonna start tearing down 40-gallon breeders.
Susie, I never have bred the fish that I promised you I would send you for some fry. I didn't get around to it. The rainbow cichlids.
Yeah.
So we might be able to work out like 100 of them for 2 fry of the. No. But I do want to breed them because I'm down to like 4 fish now.
Yeah.
If they're not too old, they're getting pretty old. Yeah. But I was talking about the new little snake and that I've got him in a 10-gallon tank because the man warned me. You know, I have 100 questions when I get one. I
Okay.
even got his own little plastic black house, you know, that they make for snakes. It's almost too small for him, but it's not. I
Wow.
got that, and I haven't seen him in it. He went in once. It's like, yeah, that's my house. I'm glad to
Did
be.
you show him yet? Did you tell everybody yet? Did everybody
Yeah,
see him?
I didn't show him, but he's hiding right now. But I was talking about him. I'll show him here in a bit when he comes out. I made a video, but I haven't ever uploaded it yet. Like when I unboxed him, and you know, I was saying that he was a blue line. He was het blue line.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, somebody said, "What the hell's at the fish at the LFS?" He has a Conda there for sale, $350. Um, but he said, "What is that?" So I showed him the video, and he said, "That says purple line." And I'm like, "Oh my god, totally gone."
Wow.
So that makes sense. But Axanthic hit purple line, a little
Are
boy.
you planning on breeding? Are you getting more?
I don't know. I've got one of my big breeder female ball pythons that's just busting with wanting to breed. She's so swollen up, and I need to put my nice expensive like 4 different morphs in with her.
Wow.
It's a lot, but I've never had an even lay eggs except this boy that I this boy that I got that time that laid 4 eggs. I know, right? yeah, would consider it because it's not just the newness of it, but they're different. Have you ever held one?
Have
With
I?
Yeah,
No.
they are really, really cool. I mean, I've held lots of different snakes. Sam will have a field day with that. So here for the reptile chatter. All right, Moose. All right. I'm gonna set this dog down and see if we have a dog fight started up. You stay right here.
Aquamoose. Aquamoose.
Stay right there with me. Y'all leave her alone. Ask Floyd.
Are you getting him? Is it him or her?
What are you
Is it a
talking
male
about?
or female?
Oh, it's a boy.
Ah.
I must have missed. Do you want two female or are you interested
I'm
in that?
thinking two females and a male. Like if they grow up together, they'll be more likely. I'll be able to figure out if they're breeding. But I don't know how long a female fry, would take to get a breeding age. And would my other Trimax be too, not old, but what is Triton? Triton is like 4 years old, 5 years old.
No, Moose, they're talking about Trimac. Her Trimac pair spawned yesterday morning or this morning.
Yeah, I'm looking to breed Trimax. If I'm going to do a breeding project, Trimax is on my list. I have 2 male full-grown Trimax, but I don't have any females. But I'm thinking if she has fry and I can get a couple female and a male, or even a couple small fries, and I'll just grow them out to see if anything and anything.
Here we go, sit down.
Like,
Classic fish talk, right? We talk about everything on here.
yeah,
Sometimes,
but Bob just got a brand new snake.
yeah, it's like its warm side of its little 10-gallon tank. That's what I was saying. The man said, "Be sure and don't put it in something too big. You know,
And I'm
gradually."
baffled that even a 10-gallon tank, that's not too small. How
That's my.
little is this? Is it like the size of a spaghetti noodle?
It was no, it's like 14, 15 inches. I'll hold it here in a minute. It's real sweet. Uh, it'll love the smell of all these dogs and cats on me. But
As long as you don't smell like mice, you're good. Well, he's not eating mice, right?
he is. They
Really?
raised the breeder, started him on mice. Yeah, there's no way that I would be getting all these frozen frogs for him. No way. Because that was the first question. What are they on? The two. He has 2 of them. But yeah, and it's on the worst thing it could be on. The bedding is the aspen. And after doing a lot of research,
Yeah.
But this is just quarantine. But they even recommended do not even use paper towels with them. Because the standard now for the young ones is 2. He's a yearling, though. He's supposed to be about a year old. It takes a lot of moisture out of the...
Right. So what's the standard for yearlings?
Well, I'm going to make it a mix. It's going to be just plain topsoil that I buy, but it's just going to have like worm casings but no chemicals, no nothing, just plain soil.
Dan Slee wants to know what species. You just said what morph.
Oh,
go ahead, tell him. Break my heart. Go ahead, just tell everybody.
It's a Western hognose. Susie wants one, and I always have said always.
That's the only snake I want. But
I know, and it's the one that I had no interest in, and then I had to hold one. And
he's rubbing it in now. You see that? He's rubbing it in.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't mind still having even though it was just $200. That was incredible. That really tilted me too. But I want
a Western hognose so badly, but John is like, he tolerates a lot for me. Trust me, he tolerates a lot, and he's just anything but snakes. No snakes, because not necessarily the snake, although he'd have a problem with that. Even if they're frozen thawed, he just can't handle it. Well, small enclosures are good for quarantines and observation, but I don't believe the whole too big will stress them out. Yeah, I don't believe that either. But I do believe in a very simple bottom, easy to see, like if there's poop, if he's, like if there's mites, like all that kind of stuff, especially in the beginning. For at least the reptiles that I have.
See, I don't have enough experience. Sorry, Susie, go ahead.
That's all right. I was rehomed those 2 leopard geckos, and I just kept them on a glass bottom with one side had like a paper towel, the other side had like a mat, because I have bioactive enclosures, and I didn't want to put them in there until I could watch them and observe them for a few weeks.
I think
and they're eating great, man. They are eating great. One likes to be tongue fed, the other is a hunter. So I'm trying to move away from the tongue feeding and take the cricket, like, so he's like chasing it and then just toss it like an inch and trying to get him more and more to go hunting for it. I do like the super conda.
That was my nickname.
Conda. Hold on, conda.
That was my nickname.
I don't know the super conda.
Susie's ignoring me. I haven't heard that in a long time, Rico, and some of them used to go on with, that was my nickname in high school, or that was my nickname.
Super conda?
I said that was my nickname in junior high, not even high school. Sick.
I would take a video of them, but I don't want to take any chances. I hear you. Because, you start taking a video and you put that camera up to the fry, and the parents start thinking, oh my God, my fry in danger. They might as well just eat them. Well, that happened to me. Not with the Trimac, but with, what was I? Oh, the angelfish.
Yeah.
I thought they're great parents, blah, blah, blah. I put the GoPro in there and they ate all their fry. I think they were afraid of the GoPro. That I don't know why, but when I put the GoPro in the tank that afternoon, all the fry were gone. And I think I scared the parents where they thought there was something bad in the tank and got to kill their. I don't know why they did it, but now I'm pissed that I did that. So
I believe
we have to pass QT first. Yes. So you don't ruin your bioactive. Exactly. That's a lot, because this, even though it's a small one, it's like 3 foot by 2 foot. So it's a small one, but it has 2 levels. It's got a lot of deep rich. It's got isopods. It's just chock full of goodness. And I'd be so, I would start all over again, but I would not like that. I would not be happy about it. Alec, what's up? Western Hognose was my nickname in high school. Yeah. Lori, congrats. I know. I'm so excited for her.
Well, where is he? He's in here because I just saw him. There you are. When I was looking for him last night. What?
I'm so excited.
What?
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Go make yourself big. Oh, Bob.
He's so stinking cute.
Okay. You're going to have to trade me him. We're not going to tell John. We're just not going to tell him. Oh my God.
And see, he's been held and fed pinky mice instead of frog. Don't back out like that. You'll fall.
Has he played dead for you at all?
No, he's too tame. He won't do that. I guess I could put a scarier mask on and come in and make a loud noise.
No, don't do that. Oh my God, look how cute. I see your pinky. There we go. Oh, look how beautiful.
You see how little he is.
How you said that's a yearling?
That's what the man said.
Oh. How did you find him for like $200? I don't get it.
Because he just has good prices. He wanted to move these last 2 along because he has lots of things in the back. Most of his space is where he breeds and keeps his special stuff and all that. So, but
he's active, he's alert, he's curious.
He already ate for me.
Wow. And you've only had him, what, 3 days?
If that. Can you read that?
Purple something. Purple line anthrax. Yeah, M-Het purple line anthrax 200. Oh, and you got a bulb, and you got a coil, UV coil, and you got a 40-watt basking. Look at all that.
2 of them. Yeah, I ended up spending about $300, which is what the snake should have cost.
But now, like after the quarantine, what is a good size for a full-grown hognose to be active, curious? Like, would my 3 foot by 2 foot be okay?
Well, that's what I was going to ask people. It depends on whether you ascribe to that theory of going too big too fast, but I'll probably leave him in here a week to 10 days, but I want to get him off of this aspen stuff. I have some like 20 longs. Of course, a 20 tall doesn't help at all, but like 20 longs that I was thinking about going next, but
But would that just be an interim? Like, what would be his full-grown permanent home size?
Well, he's almost full grown because the western males grow. They're sexually mature at least between a year and 2 years. I can't keep him in the frame. I'm too stupid.
Oh my God, he's gorgeous.
No, I won't freak out because I've been watching a lot of the videos and like people herping. That's what's got me on. I'm wanting to go herping too, Susie.
Are you going to go in Tennessee?
Yeah, I got to find somebody that I can like that does that.
So now, what do you have down there that's dangerous? Do you have copperheads? Like, what do you have? We have copperheads up here and something else.
We have tons of copperheads.
And you know what they look like, so you're not.
Oh God, I have them around here all the time. Not as much as I used to. Oh, he's squeezing my hand as he's going through. Eat my fingers. You're such a baby. And the scales, you can feel every one of them because they're killed.
Oh.
Look at that. I can't get my hand
20
up.
long. Okay, Dan is saying 20 long, 45 gallon breeder would be good. I love how active and alert he is.
What now? What's Dan saying? I wouldn't think a hognose would get much more out of a bigger 20 long. Use a 45 breeder instead. Is that what he's saying?
No, he doesn't think that it would get much more out of a bigger than a 40 long or 20 long. He's saying, yeah, the 20 long or 45, I think is what he's saying is good. The more space, the merrier in the end. Nature is bigger. So 40 gallon breeder. See, that's what I would do. Only because once you do the same size tank, then you can just stack them and keep them. And a 40 gallon breeder is tall enough where you can either do 2 levels or drop the light down in it safely and then put the next one right on top, like staggered, like steps.
I hope I'm not stressing
just
him
like
out.
the 40 gallon breeders, not too small, not too big size.
He doesn't seem to be enjoying this too much. But I did want to show you his belly.
It's beautiful.
But he's not biting.
Oh, the on the bottom, his belly, it spells out Q. I think that one's mine.
You're delusional, girl. I don't think he's having a good time. Let me put him back. He's really warm.
Not even a boreal. That's what even my bearded dragons, my Central American wood turtles, like everything that I have in there, my blue tongue skinks have 2 or 3 layers levels so that they can keep climbing up. And it's not like, you're right, it's not a boreal, it's not tree climbing, but we got like 3 stories high, let's just say.
Yeah.
So there's something fun to do and check. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Damn. Sorry. The stick got hung up on me. He loves to watch the fish.
Wait, so you have him in a tank right next to a frog?
No.
Is there not an aquatic frog next to him?
No, these are just my native tank.
Oh, I thought that one fish was a frog. I'm like, that would be torture. He'd be going after the glass.
He probably doesn't even know what a frog is, though. You know it.
Oh, right. If he's been already accustomed to mice.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? His little heating pad. Oh, I just filled his water bowl full, but I got to change it anyway. I haven't found any poop in there, so I got to do a good inspection, and I also got to inspect for mites just in case.
That's where having it just a plain or paper, because I have a lot of paper. that I use, or paper towels, just something so I can actually change it every day and examine it.
Yeah. But two of the videos I watched, one of them was a breeder of them, and another is like a snake expert. And they were both adamant, don't use paper towels with these guys. So I'm like,
For
gee,
quarantine?
or anything with these.
Why?
Well, the main reason seemed to be because when you feed them, that which you could work around that, but the moisture that it would take from the mice, laying them on, he never had a chance to pick up anything. Both I offered. I gave him two. I gave him one, and he was so voracious. Oh, look at his little head. He was back there. He likes to lay back there by that tank, but covered up, hidden. That's where I found him just now. He's going back, but I tapped on the glass and he stuck his head up and like there's somebody there. And so I put the tongs down and he came and met me about halfway up the height of the tank. He came right up. He knew it was feeding time. He knew what
I
those.
have this it's like almost like a felt. It's just like craft felt. That's a very light tan. That's easy to see if there's like if I drop pepper or if mites or anything on it, I would see it right away.
Well,
That's what I like using.
you know what they both did recommend was butcher paper.
Butcher paper, I like that. I use that at the bottom of Sophie's cage.
And all you have to do is hook up with a restaurant supply place or.
I got it on Amazon. I got it by the
Did
roll.
you?
Yeah, it's about I think it's 2 foot long and probably about 300 feet. I still have it. I've had it for almost a year now. When I change the bird cage, I just take it out and dump it and put new ones down.
I'll come off of this in a minute because I know it's just nothing.
Yeah, garter snakes would be fun to have a community of. And watching the live births of a garter snake would be really cool. I think. Really cool.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, please, I'll be right back.
The only thing about them is they're bad to musk. Really bad to musk. I've heard. I can't get out of this. Why did I do this? Where am I at? Who am I? What am I doing? All right. Okay. Boo. Huh. For some reason. Here we go. There we go. I couldn't get out of there. I was trapped. I've seen so many catching these plecos this whole time. And bet I still have 100 in the tank. All under 1.5 inch. Wow. Alec, I can't smell too well, Bob. Yeah, you can cohab because I see people have them together.
I had somebody knock on my door. I forgot I ordered junk food. Thanks.
Yeah, you're right about that, Moose. I found that out with one of the big snakes that I got from underground that was wild caught, and it filled the water bowl.
Nathan says no fish talk allowed. That is funny. What was the other thing I had with my crested gecko? This is the first time my crested gecko. He's never brumated before, but he's been sleeping for like 2 weeks. I'm like, what the heck? And he's like 6 years old now. He's never brumated. I'm like, what is going on? I hope he's not sick. I hate to wake him up and he's brumating, but
Every time brumation comes up, I just get sick of about Nelson.
yep, it gets so scary. Gets so scary. Somebody told me I could have brumated my Russian tortoises outside in Pennsylvania. That they would have just dug a hole down. I mean, the enclosures they were in, that they're about 10 foot long, 2 foot deep. and I think they could go down 6 inches before they hit the chicken wire. I put chicken wire down and up for the foxes not to get in. So they could have dug down, but I don't know if 6 inches is enough to keep them warm enough to brumate in a Pennsylvania winter. But I've watched other videos that they say they're fine outside in the winter. I just put mine in.
Floyd, come here. Come here. Come on.
My nephew is watching with me. He wants to see Floyd. Oh!
You see how he came right over? He's gotten so good, and I can tell him, go over there, and he'll go where I'm pointing.
Hi, Floyd. What
I
a pretty boy,
I
Floyd.
don't let him sit on there if the snake's down. Oh, there comes the snake, because it scares the snake, you know, something overhead.
Yeah. Oh, that snake doesn't have a cover on the top? Or you just took it off?
Yeah, it's sitting right there. He's got Floydo, come here. Somebody wants to see you. Say hello. You're Susie. You just see yourself, don't you?
If he's anything like my Sophie, she loves to see herself. She's all full of herself.
He usually fights himself. Now, he loves other parrots, and he likes the new little bird back here, Mean Girl. He's doing crazy paradise. Here we go. You want to come over here so I can put the lid on? I just don't want you scaring her or him.
Nathan, he's just joking.
Do what?
I should tell Nathan that he was just joking. So, Susie, maybe it's the cold temps.
I can't wait till I get some soil, sandy soil in here, and he can dig around in there. I wonder if I could put pinkies in there for him to find. I bet he'd like that. Like
he might be moving at night, but usually he's around at dusk and dawn. But yeah, you're right. It might be so cold that he's only moving at night. Michigan, somebody in Michigan winters outside their Russian tortoise? Wow. I guess I was just afraid.
Oh, Nathan, we talk about, sometimes we never even mention reptiles. We talk about fish the whole time. So nobody gets their panties in a wad over that. Nobody cares. If we had a guest, you know, that was here to talk about reptiles and just talk about fish, that would probably be.
Let me tell you, my reptile room is pretty boring right now. Everybody's asleep. My blue tongue skink, the 3 blue tongue skinks don't even come out for their food. My sulcatas do. They're not sleeping. Well, they're coming around. When I just did a DoorDash, out of an urgency, I got a 6-pack of romaine lettuce just because I didn't have their mustard greens or anything for them in the morning. And I can't go down in the reptile room without feeding the sulcatas every day, twice a day. I just can't do it.
He went right back over because I put the lid on. Is your nephew watching? Because I'm going to get my big mug off of here in a minute. We'll get his tail. He loves to argue. And
aquatic moose, what kind of reptiles you got? I want to hear what you got.
Let me get him.
Oh, look how cute.
He'll kick his leg out and kick me. And hey, you don't want to rumble? Let's rumble. Come on. There he goes. Let me get them toes. I got him. He gets on my stomach now and doesn't turn on his back, but he likes to snuggle there and get his head rubbed and rubbed and rubbed and rubbed. He sees the dogs up there, so he wants the same.
Aw. What do you got floating in that fish tank there, Bob?
Do what?
You got something new up in that fish tank floating?
Yeah, it's some more. Let me get this down. It's actually plants.
Oh, okay.
And I was just, instead of like researching like native plants Tennessee, I just started like when I'm in the store and I see something I like. I mean, you see how crazy these have gone.
Yeah.
and they're still growing things that I could never grow before. I mean,
Do you have anything growing underneath your ice? If I went to my canal, there's still some greenery down there in that underneath the ice in my canal. You
oh,
just
I
gotta
don't know.
reach in and grab it.
I haven't looked in that tub out there in forever, and there's a little pond back there, but I haven't been out that way.
Is that
Um,
natural stuff or stuff you put in there?
Here?
Yeah, in your tub. No, not there. I know what's in there.
Oh, okay. I'm a little slower than usual right now. But yeah, the stuff out there is. I can't remember the name of it because I don't have any inside now.
You have
But it
Vallisneria there?
no, it grew out of the tub so big. Some people that remember that tub a couple years, 3 or 4 years ago, it grew out of it so big and it bloomed.
Oh wow.
Can't remember.
Anubis? My
No.
Anubis bloomed last year. That was pretty tiny. Yeah, I like the crested geckos, and I like how they eat that. I just, it's whatever that powder is that I mix up for them, and I don't think they're eating any of the cleanup crew, but I do see them digging. So every once in a while, I see him digging, and I know it's not a female because it's very obvious he's a male.
Yeah. Anyway, those plants, I was looking at the shop. He had just had some new plants come in a couple of days before that, and they all looked really, really good. And that's where these others came when they were, small. But damn it, it's awful not to be able to remember just a common. There's guppy grass in one bag, and there's Val in the other, Amazon Val. And I thought, well, neither one of those will be native. Guess what? They both are to North and South America.
Right.
So I got it. I thought, why didn't you tell me that before? I don't think he knew it. I think people think all these plants are, that most of them are exotic, but there's a lot of things that, really look tropical or really look cool.
Right.
Did you see my video, Susie, on the long ear?
On the what?
On the long ears, the little long ear. Again, I can't think of what I'm trying to say. My fish in here.
Mm.
The little panfish, the long ear. Yeah,
he's
look
at him.
Taterbug have any feathers? No, but I keep hoping, Dabo, and I'll look. Yeah, he's a blue front Amazon.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Aquatic Moose has a channel. I don't think I'm subscribed. I'm going to look you up now. He says he's got king snake. What is that? Something black king snake. Mexican black king snake.
I have an MBK. There's going to be a lot of them apparently this coming up breeding season. There's a lot of them. And by winter, there's not so many available, and the price goes up.
Did you already ask Aquatic Moose if he wanted to come up?
No.
Sometime?
No, I did not.
Now that I put you on the spot, Aquatic Moose.
Susie, please don't do that on here. We're not that kind of channel.
Can somebody post his link? I can't find him just by searching Aquatic Moose. Am I missing something?
There it is.
Oh, thank you. I put in Aquatic Moose and I'm getting a lot of moose videos. I'm like, wait, whoa. That's not what I'm looking for.
Sunfish, long-eared sunfish, native fish. So I just couldn't think of sunfish. Oh. But they're growing. One of them's outgrown the other, and the one that's a little bigger bullies the other one, but the other one is onto him. So they're both growing, and they both have little fat bellies. But I'm watching that scenario real, because they're like cichlids, and one of them could kill the other one really easy, especially if they're the same sex. So I'm watching that. I did a little video on them. Is what I was trying to ask you and couldn't remember the name. And I had some light coming from the side, and it really showed off the colors of that little bitty fish.
Thank you, Lord.
I could only find the dominant one, but they're really pretty. Oh, you saw it, Davo? Yeah, I think you commented on it. I think you did.
Oh, he's got a snake feeding day. He's got aquariums. He's got lots of aquariums too. A lot of aquatic.
Are you looking for aquarium plants, Bob? Yes. Is it for a tank safe for more delicate ones? Well, it's for this native fish tank. Um, so yeah, I think so.
Bob, what is that picture on your YouTube banner page?
See the little sunfish chasing that gnat that was going across? It doesn't have light on it there, so you can't see those colors, but that video, just the parts where it's showing. What is what on what?
On your YouTube, your banner page is a yellow fish.
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look.
I just wanted to know if it was an Amatodlianus nanaluteus.
No.
Okay.
Whatever that is, it's not.
A yellow, it's a Kehr's fish, a yellow convict.
Oh, that one. Well, it might be because you were talking about those. I might have stuck it up there.
Yeah.
But I don't have one, but I'd like to have them if I would set up another tank. It's a freshwater microalgae, in fact, but its trade name is red moss. I can send you some. Yes, yes, yes. Definitely. Because I've had tried to put some moss in here, but there's not a lot of native stuff, and what I put in disappeared. Well, a little bit of it's left over here, but it's just, the moss that we all have. It kind of floated around and didn't anchor. And Floyd's doing a show, so what's up, Floyd? Just talking to himself. Are you a good boy? You're a good old boy. We'll miss each other someday. I bet Floyd will live me a good 50 years. I'm going to send him your way, Susie.
Yeah, I'll take them.
Oh, all right. Dragon Lair Bob, my nephew, said he would send you some native plants.
Wow. Is he Tennessee also?
I think Alabama for Dragon Lair.
Close enough, right? Close enough.
Well, yeah, he must be because they're there watching this together. What is this? Oh, is that the moss? Yeah, I see it in there, red moss. Thanks, Dan. Yes, definitely. Yes, yes. I would like to get this looking lush, and it's on the way. I just need to add some different plants that are native. I love that the little sunfish play in that floating plant now. They actually go into it and look for pieces of food and stuff. And well, Floyd, I hope we're not interrupting your show. He's just having a good time. I don't know if I'm subbed. Someone post Susie's link. Did you used to sleep? No. I thought that said, did you used to sleep around?
The answer then is yes.
Patrick, did you used to or still keep Saracenia? Oh, we've been on here an hour, guys, so I'll wind it up here in a minute. I might have a basketball size Wassertank to get rid of too.
Oh,
yeah.
That is great, especially in that cold water native tank. Mine just exploded.
Well, now is it a native though?
Oh, I don't know.
My Nerodia, my water snake, I finally graduated it up to little goldfish and some of the red rosies. I did half and half this time, and it made quick work of those. It was fed as a water snake, but It ate them. There's Susie's link.
Thank you. That's all my things.
All of her stuffs. And she's got other channels too, guys, so don't overlook those. She's got talents.
Yeah.
For real. In the CP hobby, what I've been getting into the past year. Dragon Lair.
What is CP?
I was hoping somebody would know.
No, what is a CP hobby, Dan?
Don't get me demonetized, Dan.
That's a whole different kind of hobby. Oh, carnivore plants. Carnivore.
Oh, okay. He doesn't seem to be afraid of Floyd at all. He was the first day, because Floyd had to be all up in the business and see what was in here. Oh, I just realized I forgot my little foster dog, my new little dog. He's gone off quit Floyd somewhere. All right, guys, I'm going to...
All right. Good luck with that diagnosis there, Bob. Can you see my eyes are turning from blue to green?
Yeah. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. And Susie, thanks for coming in.
Yeah. I wish I was on time, but I don't think I'm ever on time.
Well, we got an hour out of you anyway. See, that's
Good.
how I do you. That's how I do you. So, but yeah, I may need some info about the snake situation.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
They're starting to talk about plants now. I hate to end it.
Well, I got to run now.
I know you do. Susie, you go on and I'll go a few more minutes. If that's okay. I don't want to.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Susie. Susie's one of a kind, guys. You know that, though. Lori said I'm up out of here, too. All right. Yeah, I need to check my glucose against these alarms that keep going off. Let's see, today's Friday, so Sunday, Susie goes at 7 Eastern time, and then Tennessee Fish Fam goes at 8, right after her. So hope to catch you guys then and enjoy some more time together. Herp puree. I have River and Hurricane Creek. Thank you, David. Always appreciate it. I'm just going to let them talk. As long as you guys are talking, I'm not going to cut you off. I might learn something if I keep reading. Thank you, Lori. You know I'm kidding you about the fry. I'm just kidding you. Congratulations on that again. Oh, and is Joel in here? Is what's Joel's screen name? I don't think he's in here. But he commented on my one of my videos. It might have been the little sunfish video that he had seen the doctor earlier today, and he had mentioned Wednesday night in Dan's stream that he was going to get test results for his cancer, and he was cancer free today. So isn't that awesome? I thought of that once and forgot it earlier. Oh, Lori, thank you so much. Well, we'll do some swapping or something. I'll send you some snakes. HCW and most. These guys are talking way above my. Yeah, he's just really a nice man, a sweet man. I met him, I guess it's been almost 2 years ago now in Atlanta at the fish club there. Dan came over to speak, and Ed and I went down, and I met him there. Glad we caught you tonight, Bob. We've been so busy working. We're so busy taking care of my best friend's 300 birds. Exactly, Huawei. 300 birds. Wow. I definitely would like some of that red moss. Yeah. No, not sorry. I agree. 300 birds. Yeah, just cleaning that up. Jesus. Susie. See, you can't say anything about Susie because she'll bust you every time. Nothing but wonderful stuff, Susie. Oh, there he is, Uncle Smiley's. For some reason, I've been forgetting a lot of just things that I know lately, so it happens. Parrots, dices, and pigeons. I know what a dice is, but I can't remember. Dices. I know what that is. Oh, Dan does have a nice collection. Once, I think it was on Pam's, maybe on a late night. He gave a tour. That's where it was, wasn't it, Dan? Yeah. And he did talk and, tell us what we were seeing. So, yeah, he has some awesome things. And his setups are awesome, too. I wondered what happened. Did you get mad at me? Got mad at me because I told you I was going to knock you out if you bit on your little dog's ear. You can't be terrorizing those dogs. Oh, he wants some scratches now. I've kept Sarracenia 10 years. 10, it started. See, I have no idea what Sarracenia is. I think it's a plant. I don't know. That's a lot of plants. Oh, it is such a baby. Some of you remember the first when I first got him, where I usually share pics if anybody wants to see. Yes, definitely check that out, guys. And Dan, are you still posting pictures on Instagram? I haven't seen much on there from you lately, but I may just be missing it. I'm definitely not over there as much as I used to be. That little snake's just having the best time rooting around in that bedding. That's what they're made for. Trumpet plants, pitcher plants. Okay. I'll send you a mail for a Tennessee Fish Fam. Tennessee Fish Mafia shirt. Well, I don't have those anymore, but I have my two, and I'd definitely be glad. I have a black one, and then I have like it's more of a plum. It's not this color. This guy is the guy that's in Denmark or somewhere. I forget his name, but he's an awesome fish. He's the chef. He's a professional chef, the crazy aquarium guy. And I have a whole bunch of shirts that I probably want to give away, or I could do it like a fun like giveaway. Just people taking numbers and then just send them out to people. I've got a bunch of different shirts. People that are not in the hobby anymore. Um, Not much reels or posts, but stories on Instagram and Facebook. Okay. Well, that's because I always look for pictures. I don't like to read. I posted a video of some guy I didn't know, but it was in Indonesia. Maybe it was somewhere. And it was the rainy season, the wet season, and the beta, I forget which beta it was, actually spawns in the base of palm trees. And there was a little beta down in there with the nest. And then he went back in a couple of days. They had eggs, and then they hatched in the base of a palm tree. So how do they get in there and get out? I guess it rains so hard that it floods over the bottom of those palms, but they were like 2 or 3 feet up off the ground. I meant to go back and research that. Yeah, have lids. But did anybody know that the betas spawn in the base of the palm? You know how the palms, as the fronds get old, they stand away from the base, and the um, water can stand in there if it rains enough. I put it on probably on the Facebook page that we're on, Tennessee Fish Fam. But yeah, Lori, definitely. If you'll send me your address, I'll go ahead and send you um, a picture and see which one you want. They may be different sizes too. I think the plum one's bigger than the black one. But I'll send you sizes and all that. Yeah. He said he had been trying to get into that area for a while, but it was the rainy season and he couldn't get in. You know, they be having some big snakes too. Floyd, you're wearing me out. What is it? What are you doing? You bored? Orchids, 100 here, but yeah, I know. I like you keep orchids. What's that neck rub? What's that neck rub? Floyd likes to hold my finger in his beak and not like nursing, but he presses his tongue against my finger and then I rub his throat on the outside with my thumb. Nice. Well, I'm just letting this run because I'm enjoying it. So anybody that has to drop off, of course, like always, drop off, but I'm enjoying their conversation. Yep, yep. And mods, if you have to go, don't worry about it. The outside of your throat is called your neck. If I could think of a medical term for that. Floyd's the deal. He was 20, and I don't know the circumstances. He went to live with a middle-aged couple, and she had 2 kittens. So he had cats that grew up with him, and of course he outlived them. And about 2 years ago, I guess now, the lady was a cancer patient, and she had been in and out of it, and treatment and remissions. But anyway, finally she was in hospice, and her husband had already gone. They were senior my age, probably, or older by then, and husband's in the nice new memory center right up the road from me. I get things in the mail all the time from them. But he was there, and she passed away at home on Easter, so I guess almost 2 years ago now. And her brother called me. They didn't live very far from me, but called the ARC, and I was there and got the call and talking about Floyd. And there's my new little girl. There she is. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come back. Look at her. She's 6 pounds. Anyway, she had left the parrot, Floyd, to somebody, and he was 40 because it'd been another 20 years. And they have, like this papers that say how old he is and stuff. Thank you, Lori. Um, but Lord have mercy, Floyd. But anyway, the guy that she left him to went twice to get him, and he wasn't having it. He was scared of him, and the brother was laughing kind of. He said, "He'll scissor me up," so, and which parents can very easily. So I said, "Well, I have parakeets. I have 4 parakeets, and we don't usually have birds at the Ark. We have, but let me come by." So on the way home, I had to go right by their house practically. So I stopped and went in, and Floyd free roams. He does here now too, and he has 2 places 99% of the time that he poops, and one of them's on both are on puppy pads. You better leave my snake alone. One is on a puppy pad over my vanity. Is one of his big purchase that came with him is over my bathroom sinks. So that's one. And where's the other one at? Oh, on top of my fridge, which is nasty. It sounds like, but you can't keep him off there. He wants to go up there, and he has water up there, a different water source. But these new foster cats have been getting up there, haven't they, and making you mad, drinking your water. Anyway, so those are the 2 primary places that he poops, and it's real easy to keep up with it. And when he does have an accident, it's not a big deal. I mean, he's better than the dogs, really. So his birthday is August the 8th, so he turned 42 this past August. And I had him to the vet and trimmed his nails, and I need to do that again, and his beak. You're about to get in trouble for it. Don't get up there. He sees those plants. He doesn't miss anything. So he's 42, but, you know, he could be around a while. But yeah, I did keep him in a cage. He came home with me that day in the back of my truck. I forget to finish my story. I was showing him videos of his kind of parrot, but, you know, and stuff, and put my phone inside of his travel cage that they kept for him, not a big parrot cage. But he free roamed. He had a bedroom in that house, and he would fly down the hall, fly through the living room. Come on, come on. You're just restless. What are you looking for? What are you hunting? He's missing something. What have you lost? And he'd fly out onto their enclosed porch, and they cooled it and heated it for him in the summer. Had a TV out there. But anyway, that's where he was when I went by that day to get him that evening. And he was not having it. He was not amused. And so I put the video on, and he wanted my phone, so I put it in his cage, and he went right in that travel cage. It's like a parakeet cage, an oversized parakeet cage. And he did nip me, but he didn't break the skin when I took my phone back out, and we left. And he sat in the back seat and went through his whole repertoire of hello, hi there, and he speaks in the lady's voice that had him the last 20 years that's passed on. Yeah, well, he stayed in the cage about a week, and then I started letting him out during the day. But see, I have 5 cats and 5 dogs inside all the time of my own. And it's not bad because it's a 3-bedroom, you know, little ranch style house. So he likes my beard. He's so sweet. When you want to be. So lovey-dovey, but if he gets mad, it's hell to pay. It is. But he would always go back in for me, and he probably would go in a cage for me now, but he hadn't been in a cage in probably a year and a half. His cage has a couple of my pet rats in it, not snake food rats, but pet rats, 2 old rats that were going to be snake food, but the snake didn't want them, so that you name them, and then since the reservoir is an old limestone quarry, my TDS out of tap is like, wow. My brother lives out there and his wife, and they don't seem to mind, you know, all the stuff, but what town? I'm currently in Texas, but trying to get back. Just a new little foster dog. One of the other foster dogs that's only been here a couple of weeks came by, and she was trying to chat him up a little. So if you make you one friend, then it's not so bad. Yeah, she likes you, Loki. It's Loki. San Francisco has really low TDS. Believe it's Hetchy water. What is Hetchy water? Oh, I need to put these clips back on. And I've got to get in here and change his water when I do the other waters. Hetchy. Floyd, while you're at that, you could pull some of those old man gray hairs out of my ears. Tap water's safe. No? Yeah, it's tap water safe. The big dam near Yosemite that feeds this. I saw something about that. Oh, it was one of those like true crime or mystery murder things, and they were looking for some people that went missing. That this has been like in the 40s. Anyway, yeah, that's where I'd heard something about that. They never found them, but they found their vehicle. Floyd, 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 don't be rude. Don't be rude. Okay. My blood sugar must have gone up. That doesn't impress me. The little dog she was trying to talk to started to lift his leg so she could get all of his numbers, and stuff. I don't do that. You know better. Where's my water bottle? Where's my water bottle? Floyd loves the water bottle, don't you? He loves to get squirted. You like the water bottle, don't you? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I used to wouldn't let him do the mouth thing on me, but he doesn't have any saliva, so his valley next to Yosemite Sierra Mount. The water department messes with it. I see you're getting ready. Do you think those cloths feel good in my neck? You going for the carotid? Huh? What do you want? Let me. I think what he was doing last year, he went into like breeding mode, like into heat or whatever. He is a boy for sure, but I guess the boys and the girls get into that, and that's what he started to do. He's about to show me his junk. No, he wasn't going to poop. He always, if he does that, it's maybe once, if even that, a month, but he does it behind so that I can't see it. So I always have to check my shirt, especially if I'm going to go out. Love bites. Yeah, you're right. But he was getting ready to show me his junk and then squat down and do his little dance and all that. Floyd, I hope you're not starting that up again. That's no fun for me. It's nasty. He's over there digging through a pot of dirt now. And here's Terry. She said enough is enough. Come on, girl. Enough is enough, right? She said this stream has gone longer than I can allow. You need me, don't you? Bless her. Bless her. All right, guys. What do you think about closing it down here? Oh, my goodness. Here you go. It's Worm's sister. They're real life sisters. They are. Real life sisters. Where is your sister? Up to no good, I'm sure. All right, guys. I'm going to close it down. I really appreciate all the conversation and learned a couple things. And I'm going to go back to my research on the snake. And I do have a better understanding now of the size tank I want to use. So I appreciate that discussion. You too, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Good night, all. Love you guys. Be careful. Stay warm. All right. And